The author of this one is John Rocco, and he has also written another book. He has lots of them, actually. This one is called Blizzard. Can you see it over there? Thank you. This one's called Blizzard, and this is a story that he tells from his own perspective. This is something that actually happened to him. So in 1978, there was this blizzard back on the East Coast, and it snowed, I want to say like at least 40 inches. So that's almost a stone. Okay, maybe not quite, but still, blizzard. So this is him telling his very own story. You ready? One day when I was a young boy, nearly 4 feet of snow fell from the sky. This is my story. Blizzard. The first flake fell right before recess. You'll notice it's Monday. It was followed by many, many more. The wind whipped up. The school closed early. By the time my sister and I got home, the snow was already over our boots. So it's coming down pretty quick. The snow continued to fall through the night, and I thought it would never stop. Is it? Tuesday. The next morning, the snowdrifts were so high we couldn't open our front door. So we went out the window instead. We laughed as we sank deep into the frozen powder, but walking was hard. It was like trying to move through white quicksand. Every few steps, we had to stop and rest. It was even too deep for our sled. When we went back inside, we were cold, wet, and tired. We made camp by the wood stove, and our feet tingled as we sipped hot cocoa made with milk. You guys have had, oh no, you haven't had lunch yet. On the third day, Dad shoveled the driveway so we could get the car out when the snowplows came. Look at that, oh my gosh. We dug tunnels and secret rooms under the snow. Look at this poor kid. This one says an igloo can keep you warm in sub-zero temperatures. What's an igloo? Oh. Poor little guy.
It's actually really dangerous.
By day 4, the plows still hadn't come. We wondered if we'd ever see the grass again. Inside, things got tense as our food started to run out. I knew we couldn't survive much longer on hot cocoa made with water. That's terrible, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We need to get to the store, but the roads aren't plowed, and we certainly can't walk through this. Here it is, Friday. On day 5, I realized it was up to me to take action. I was the only one who had memorized the survival guide. I was the only one who knew what equipment was required. Can you see what he's strapping to his feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wanted to make sure. And I was the only one light enough to walk on top of the snow. On day 6, I made a list. I prepared the sled, then I set off. Notice it has a star next to it too. That must be the most important thing on this list. My usual landmarks were covered by snowdrifts. Well, look, he's stopping at the neighbors. The neighbors need candles. But I managed to check in with the neighbors on my long journey. This one needs cat food. This one needs coffee. This one needs peanut butter. I love that. Can you see where you're going? Just just makes his way through the neighborhood. Cute as could be. Exploring an igloo here. He made an angel there. Went the wrong way here. Did you catch that? Yeah. Whoops. Had to backtrack. Nice catch. Good reflex system. At last, I reached the store. I was tired, hungry, and chilled to the bone, but I couldn't think about myself. Who's he thinking about? His neighbors. Except that candy bar. Don't forget the candy bar. I was on a mission. Are you going to carry all of this by yourself? Yes, sir, I've got my sled. And apparently somebody wants to know if he made it to the store or not. So. On the return trip, I raced to drop off the groceries before the sun went down. Grateful smiles and cheers gave me the energy I needed to make it back home. Don't you love new books? And there he is, he finally made it home. That night we all had hot cocoa made with milk, and it had never tasted better. Here he is. It was a perilous journey. Oh. But there was something else we still needed. I think they still need. Did you think of anything they still need? Oh, I'm hoping he got the candy bar, but. Snow plows! There we go. It looked as though we could see civilization again after all. Whew! Notice, it's clear to Sunday. When did it start snowing? Monday. So it's been almost a full week. Isn't that crazy? There they go. We had survived the blizzard. Kind of cool. Now on the back of this book, he tells you a little bit more about the actual blizzard. And if you research, you can actually find some more books, and you can find some stuff on the internet. I found these. The Blizzard of 76. I'm going to walk around with these for just a minute. This right here, it says on Monday, February 6th, 1978. Long time before you were born. Probably before your parents were born. New England experienced one of the biggest snowstorms in its history. It snowed for 2 days, and by the time it stopped, parts of Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut were buried under 40 inches of snow. That's 4 times the height of this book. So multiply this times 4, you math people.
Wow.
That's a lot of snow. That's lots of snow in 2 days. The wind was blowing 50 miles an hour and created snowdrifts up to 15 feet high. Ooh. That means you wouldn't be able to see out your window. Over there. Crazy, huh? Where I grew up in Rhode Island, it took over a week for snowplows to get to our street. The book records my personal experience as a child in the blizzard and how I got to the store over a mile from my house with tennis rackets tied to my feet. So here, this is what the freeway looked like. Again, I'll walk around and show you a little bit more. Freeway. Totally stopped. Obviously nobody's going anywhere. This is a semi-truck that got stuck in the snow and then more snow piled on top of it. He actually survived in that truck. He was there for 6 straight days. Isn't that crazy? 6 straight days. And then here's a young man on top of a telephone booth. I don't think you guys even know what those are.
I do.
But long before cell phones, there were actual phones at convenience stores or grocery stores or wherever, and you could call people, and he is sitting on top of one. So that's how deep the snow is there. And here's how they would get rid of it. They loaded it up onto dump trucks, and then they dumped it in the ocean. So, kind of cool, huh? And kind of cold. I'm not a real big snow fan, but lots of fun there.